JPY index. This is same like dollar index Dixie, but it works different because of current monetary system. Because all of these pair have common currency JPY, but our current monetary system based on US dollar. All the central bank make their monetary policy, but in the end all central bank in this world depends on Fed. Since there was special request for Euro JPY and GBP JPY, what I will explain all the JPY pair. So let's start with Euro JPY first, and we have this weekly time frame, and this pair after this top was coming down. This was your bottom, and now it is sideways. But there is a big difference between weekly time frame and H1. On H1 we can say that this is support and resistance, but on weekly and monthly time frame things change, and we can say that these are currency peg, and these are fancy name for support and resistance defined by central bank. So currently price is testing this previous high. This is a double top and it is a sideways range. So if this level does not break, then it will come back to previous low. But daily time frame, this is our last wave and we will only focus on this one. And if we focus, then we can say it A corrective wave, then V, and this is your C corrective wave. It has broken 100% projection and price showed 2 time rejection on daily time frame on 100% projection. So if new high comes, then next target will be 38 projection at 151 level, and we have this yellow trend line which is our dynamic support, and this is third retest of this trend line. So if retest again, then you can buy, or if this trend line breaks, then we will sell retest. But since this low price is making higher high higher low, technically it is bullish. So this 138 level is your resistance and this trend line is your dynamic support. And if we switch to H4 time frame for more clarity, then we have this parallel channel on H4 and price is testing lower and upper trend line multiple times. So if it retest upper trend line, then you can sell target up to lower trend line, and if it retest again, then you can buy targeting up to upper trend line. Or if this trend line breaks, then wait for breakout, then you will buy on retest. But this H4 time frame, this parallel channel is your chart pattern. And if we go to GBPJPY, then after this high it came down and now it is on sideways correction, because right now US dollar is reserve currency, entire monetary system is based on this currency. But before dollar, GBP was reserve currency. So last monetary system was based on GBP, and last week a historic change happened. China is building a new monetary system where Chinese currency will be reserve currency. So that is why to trade all of this pair, technical is always a best strategy. So this weekly time frame, this is your next resistance 195, and this white trend line is your dynamic strong support level. And if we switch to daily time frame, then this trend line has been tested multiple times as a support when it crashed, and this low tested by this trend line. That information was immediately updated in Telegram channel, but since then it made new high, and now this upper yellow trend line is your dynamic resistance. If new high comes, then you can sell this yellow trend line, but lower target will be this white trend line. And if we go to H4 time frame and focus only this last wave, because when this low was made, every central bank was hiking interest rate, that means QT monetary policy. But when this low was made, there was crisis in UK. Their central bank changed their monetary policy from QT to QE, and that was really end of Fed QT monetary policy, because dollar top and gold bottom, all of these things happen at the same time. So this low on GBP JPY pair is important. So if this pair goes up in upcoming Fed QE monetary policy, then all the upcoming trend will be based on this bottom. Or if GBPJPY come down when Fed will start QE next year 2023, then this pair will break this low. But right now, based on this top and bottom, price has made 38% retracement. If new low comes, then next target will be 50% retracement at 160 level. And this was your trend line. After fourth attempt last week, H4 candle had clearly break this trend line. So next target will be this horizontal resistance 169. So after that it could retest this trend line, then you can buy. Or if this low breaks and it comes down, then next target will be 50% retracement. And if we switch to AUD JPY pair, then same thing here on weekly time frame. First it came down, then sideways correction on weekly time frame. Right now price is testing upper range of this correction. On daily time frame, this was your bottom which was made during coronavirus. Since then it is constantly going up, because when this bottom was made in 2020, Fed was doing QE monetary policy, but this year was Fed QT monetary policy. And when monetary policy was changed from QE to QT, every asset class changed their trend. But this pair is only going up on both monetary policy. And after QT, which is ending this year, next year Fed will again start QE. So if this thing repeats, then on QE monetary policy this pair can again go up. But first this depend on JPY, that Bank of Japan will do same monetary policy, and if their monetary policy change, then this pair can come down. So this bullish trend made this ending diagonal chart pattern. It tested this upper trend line 3 times, and now lower trend line has broken. First of all, we have this strong horizontal support zone 85, and our nearest support level is 90 level, and right now price is making double bottom on this horizontal support level. So if you already have buying entry, your next target will be near 96, or if this level breaks, then wait for breakout. Then after breakout you can take entry when it retests this level or make sideways correction in the middle, but next target will be 85. But for buying entry, if this high break, then you can buy on retest, then you can target new higher high. But technically this was long bullish trend, and it made this ending diagonal chart pattern, and which represent end of bullish trend. And if we switch to H1 time frame of AUD JPY, then from this last high price first retraced 61%, and after that it is coming down, and if this low breaks, then next target will be 100% projection at 18.7. But before that we need to break this 90 level, then you can sell up to 87. In that bearish setup, you can call it wave A, wave V, then targeting for wave C. So this 90 level is your horizontal support, and this yellow trend line is your dynamic resistance, and this is a strong trend line, and it has been tested many times. Since this is H1 time frame, you do not need to wait several weeks. In 1 or 2 weeks, either price retest this upper yellow trend line, or it is making a parallel channel testing upper and lower trend line of this channel multiple times. Then when it come down, you can buy again this lower trend line and targeting retest of the yellow trend line. So trade setup on H1 is selling retest of yellow trend line or breakout of this channel. When this happen, you can sell retest. But before that you have to wait which thing will come first, that it will retest yellow trend line or directly break white channel. But after breakout of this white trend line, you can sell and targeting 87. And if we see chart of CADJPY, then weekly same like other pair, first came down, then sideways correction, and daily time frame, this was bottom which was made during coronavirus market crash when Fed started QE monetary policy. But last year that monetary policy was changed into QT. But in both monetary policy from Fed, this pair was going up, and this trend has been ended with double top, because same like ending diagonal chart pattern, double top is a strong signal which say that trend has been end. And this neckline of this double top has also broken, so this is technically sign that trend may have ended. And this drop which has been started, and top to bottom fib retracement 38, 50, then 61% retracement level. So this trend will not stop until it hit any of these retracement level. So first support based on this retracement level 96, 92, then 87. But this area 50 to 61 is strong support, and it has been tested as a support and resistance level in past. And if we switch to H4 time frame, then this was your double top, and this was your horizontal support broken, and this was your last support, this is also broken. On first retest of this level it bent up, but on second attempt this level has been broken. So if it retests this level again, then you can sell and targeting new lower low, but no bullish entry until price goes back above this level. Below this yellow support level, which is now broken, price is bearish. And if we see H1 time frame, price is testing this upper yellow trend line multiple times, and if retest this trend line again, then you can sell and target will be new lower low. But for a bullish entry, you will only buy on clear breakout, then after retest you can take long entry. And if we go back to daily time frame of CADJPY, then this pair is famous for oil, because trend on this pair depend on oil market, and right now main thing is recession next year in 2023. So this trend reversal has been started, and it can stay in bearish trend until recession over, because first 6 months of next year, then next 6 months, first 6 months will about recession, there will be less demand for oil, so it can come down and stay bearish in first 6 months of next year. Then after next 6 months, in fourth and third quarter, central bank will change monetary policy, then we can go long again on this pair. So technically you have price level, and on time scale we have first quarter and second quarter of next year, and before that we will get a sideways correction, then we will sell again. And if we see CADJPY, then weekly time frame, this was bottom and it constantly going up, making higher high, higher low. So on weekly from this low, price is bullish for last 20 years. So this was your horizontal support, and after that this will be your next horizontal support 118. But right now price is trading above this last resistance level. And if we see daily time frame, then price has a strong uptrend on daily time frame, because it is constantly making higher high, higher low. So technically it is bullish until we get lower low, lower high, we cannot say bearish. So daily time frame, this yellow support level 143 is key level, because if it trace back then you can buy and targeting new high. But if this level breaks, then you can sell, then that will be beginning of bearish trend. And if we see H4 time frame, then this is your clear horizontal support, and this white trend line is your dynamic resistance, and price has tested this trend line multiple times. So if it goes up, you can sell this trend line targeting at least 143, but these two level your support and resistance. And if we see New Zealand dollar, Japanese yen, then first on weekly time frame it came down, then made bottom, and since then it is in sideways range. So if we only focus on last wave from this bottom to this top, it went up, came down, made 61% retracement level, and now it is up. So next upside target will be last high 94, and you can target a new high on weekly time frame, because price successfully tested this 50 and 61% retracement level, and right now it is making parallel channel. So this new wave started from 61% retracement level, is now giving strong bullish signal until this lower trend line breaks. And if we see daily time frame, then this white trend line has been tested 3 times, and if retest again, then you can buy. And this horizontal level 87 is your strong resistance, and if price come down from this level, target will be lower white trend line. But if this level breaks, then wait for clear breakout, then you can buy on retest and targeting new higher high. But condition is same on this pair. It is going up since March when Fed started QE monetary policy. It went up in both Fed monetary policy QE and QT. And now we need confirmation that this will go up in QE. First sign, first 3 months of next year, that's mean first quarter of 2023, then we can buy this pair for next 1 year, because last QE it went up, this year QT monetary policy this went up, and QE monetary policy will start after next 6 months and will stay up to 1 year. And if it bends up again in next QE monetary policy like last time, then we again have multi-year bullish trend on this pair. And USD JPY, which is our main pair for JPY, it came down sideways correction, and after testing this monthly resistance, now it is testing again this lower support 135, and if this level breaks, then next support, then again next lower support. Because this is main pair of JPY, it has US dollar, and entire monetary system is based on dollar, so we have more and more and more information about this pair compared to all of this. Because Bank of Japan was selling dollar, and they were keep selling, and they were not alone in the beginning. There was Swiss National Bank, then ECB, then in the last Bank of Japan was also selling dollar, but that dollar was coming from Fed. So Fed was giving dollar to these two central bank, and all of these were selling dollar constantly. So these were not retail trader or hedge fund, but central bank were selling dollar because that was coordinated attack on dollar strength. Then hedge fund came later. And if this is end of USD JPY bullish trend, then multi-year bearish trend on this pair has been started, because that was QT monetary policy of Fed and that was QE monetary policy. And next year 2023 there will be recession. Then in third and fourth quarter speculation for rate cut will start, and that will be beginning of QE monetary policy, when in the end Fed sell dollar. In that condition you can expect this pair make sideways correction in first 3 months or 6 months, that's mean first and second quarter of next year, then drops hard. That will be beginning, but that will be clear confirmation for next bearish trend of dollar, because here we have clear information the monetary policy of dollar, that's mean Fed, and monetary policy of JPY, that's mean Bank of Japan. Because now we have FOMC this week, but next year 2023 when new year will start, first week of new year, all the central bank in this world will change their monetary policy at the same time. And in the end, if we see currency index for JPY, which measure strength of JPY, since this currency index is provided by FXCM and this was started in 2019, so we do not have complete information for this currency, but this information is good for beginner trader and it helps it to decide where JPY pair will go next. Because in the beginning when coronavirus came, both US dollar, that's mean Fed, and JPY, that's mean BOJ, both were doing QE monetary policy, that's mean easy money, and it was coming down, but dollar was more weak than JPY. But this year in the beginning things changed. JPY, that's mean Bank of Japan, is still doing QE, but Fed was doing QT monetary policy, and that was big difference in monetary policy. So dollar was strong and JPY was weak, and this currency index was coming down, and this currency was so weak that Bank of Japan has to intervene and they have to sell dollar. And right now these central banks are changing their monetary policy, and if Bank of Japan end their QE monetary policy, go to QT mode, and if this currency index goes up, then all of this JPY pair will come down. But these things will be clear till March 2023. So when you trade any JPY pair, you can use this FXCM JPY basket index as your guide, because this trend was ended with diagonal chart pattern, and on H4 it is making higher high higher low. So this was your low, and you have to watch carefully. As long as price is trading above this low, you can expect strong JPY is coming.